Huzzah and welcome to Beyond the Gates, an Ohio Renaissance Fair production. On this show, you will hear from all your favorite members of Streetcast, vendors, and stage shows. We will hear wonderful stories from years past and find out who are the people who make the fair as magical as it is. So please, join us and enjoy Beyond the Gates. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Beyond the Gates, an Ohio Renaissance Fair podcast. This week, I'm joined by my good friend Clancy. Clancy, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Lucas. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. For those of you that don't know, Clancy and I have been a part of court and a part of fair for the same amount of time, for the same amount of years, because it is years at this point, and it was real scary when I realized I've been doing this for 4 years now.
I feel
So,
that.
yeah. So, Clancy, how long have you been on cast?
This will be my fourth season this year.
And what characters have you played in that time?
As of this season, I have now played two characters. I started out as Count Ferenc Nattersdy Bathory, and now I am Dr. John D.
For those of you that do remember, that name Bathory is probably familiar to you all. We had the Lady Bathory, the former Lady Bathory now, uh, as the guest for the first episode of this season. Uh, so we got a little bit of a backstory of the Lady Bathory. Now, could you explain who Lord Bathory was before we go into more detail of who your current character is now?
Absolutely. Not a lot is known about Count Bathory. He was a no Hungarian nobleman and a soldier. He took his wife's name. He was known as the Black Knight of Hungary, and that's about it. He is known for his appearances in biographies of Elizabeth Bathory, I think, for the most part.
What made you start your whole fair journey of playing that character?
Yeah, Morgan, who played Lady Bathory, and her husband Tyler, they told me about auditions and got me to go. I was happy to audition once I got in. She said, and once I got into court, she said that her character that she played, Lady Bathory, had a husband in real life, and I was welcome to play him if I wanted to. And I took her up on that. It was nice to have a character going in, so I was able to focus on other things like learning how to improv and what fair was all about. Having that little under character under my belt was very nice.
So now that you're in your fourth year, you have made the switch and you've stayed with the same guild. Your switch now is to Dr. D. Could you explain who Dr. D is?
Yes, Dr. John D. He was a little bit of everything back in his day. He did like astronomy, divination, maths, alchemy. He had a large library. He was also Queen Elizabeth I's scientific, mythical, and political advisor.
What made you want to switch characters?
Um, I really liked being Bathory. I then had my eye on D for a little over a season, and he just seemed like a little gremlin of a man, and he seemed really fun to play, especially the ways some of the pitches I gave to people about how I kind of saw him. He seemed very fun, very whimsical, and a type of chaos that I kind of wanted to test out at fair while staying in the boundaries of court a little bit more.
How is being in the same guild while changing characters? Because I know your court experience is very different to my court experience.
Yes.
Uh, I am not in the same amount of shows that you are, and so I spend more time with court itself, while you're, doing other things while still representing court.
hmm Yeah, it was strange being a different character in court this year. They have very different relationships to court. Like Bathory is much more high class, and he's more of like a the stereotypical court gentleman. D, he has neither lands nor titles. He's just kind of a dude. So my relationship to both characters in court and characters to other guilds themselves, like I don't necessarily need to be reverenced to because I'm not a nobleman. I'm low end of court in terms of hierarchy. So it was different in terms of the relationships I have with other cast members. So you might have talked about this before on the show, but reverencing is like bowing to those of higher station, especially to the queen, but we do it among court members as well, different levels of bowing for different stations. Uh, and being a lower station, I will need to show more reverence to more people than I did as Bathory, which is a fun little difference in how I act around court.
How difficult was the switch? I know you just talked about that a little bit, but if you could get more into the nitty-gritty of it,
Yeah.
because I mean, being with you during rehearsals and stuff, I could see that like it's definitely a big switch from what you were doing to what you're doing now.
Yes. Um, I'm trying to find different mannerisms to use as Dr. D. He hasn't fully been realized yet, but I had a lot of mannerisms as Bathory, like how I walked, how I held my arms and hands, how I conversed with people. I'm trying to slowly figure out who D is in that regard. Um, that's one of the big ones. The biggest one, though, was the accent switch for me. I'm not great at accents, period. But I went from having a bad but passable Hungarian accent to a bad and questionable English accent. But luckily, the way I play D, he's kind of a snake oil salesman sort of guy. So he just kind of puts on a show with his voice. And if it's English, great. If it's not, it's because he's weird. That's the reason, no other reason, you know.
So Dr. D this year is a main part of the Fair storyline. Can you explain what the storyline is? Because as somebody who's been a part of cast for 4 years as well, I feel like it's something that a lot of people don't even notice throughout the day, or uh, they're there for opening gate but not closing gate, or they're there for closing gate but not opening gate. So it's kind of like what is actually going on with the whole storyline.
Yeah, this is the first year I've been a part of the storyline, so it's fun. It goes through, like you said, opening gate. It trickles into chess, human chess, and then closing gate. Dr. D and his associate, who's Nostradamus the Third, are helping the Lord Mayor of Willy Nilly prepare for the Queen's arrival with their magic. They are basically con men stone souping the mayor, if you were familiar with the stone soup folk tale, I guess it is. And then the Queen's captain of the guard is pretty suspicious of them and doesn't trust them as much. And then that bleeds into chess match and then closing gate as well.
Could you explain the theme of Fair and how it relates to Dr. D?
Yes, the theme this year is "'Tis a Bit of Magic," and it is at first it's D bringing magic to the festival, looking for magic. He tasks the patrons of the day to find what is magic and bring it to us at the end of the day. And in this way, he will impress the queen, impress the court, things like that.
We're about to go into our third week of Fair when this episode comes out. Have you had any interactions with patrons this year as John D of them like, oh, is this magic or anything like that?
None, like no one has come up to me for my quest yet. No, I'm waiting for it because hopefully I won't be caught off guard. Like, what are you talking about? But I'm waiting for it. Especially to me or Nostradamus. I don't know if he has had anyone come up to him yet, but we'll see.
So if people are out there and you want to get the full, I guess, main quest of the fair day,
Mhm.
you would recommend them going to opening gate, one of the stunt shows,
That's
or the human chess.
auxiliary. Um, I would recommend the stunt show regardless of the storyline, but D does make a cameo in the stunt show, so it adds a little bit more mysticism to his character as a whole. And then chess match and closing gate.
I'm just trying to think of this as like, I guess D&D or video game terms. Like
Mhm.
that is the main quest of the day.
Yes,
But going to fair and doing everything else is every little side quest that you could experience throughout the day.
yes, that's a perfect analogy.
So now that we are officially done with 5 days
Mhm.
of this Ren Fair season, how is it being Dr. D?
I love it. He's so fun. I get to be a little zany here and there if I want to be. I've had weird and fun and weird interactions with both cast and patrons alike. I don't know. He's one of the things that I've talked to our casting director about with D is that somebody else may win against him, but D never loses. So he's very pompous and kind of um, rude, but not in a way that you feel is rude. He's rude in a nice way to make you want to come back for more, sort of way. He's so much fun.
I can relate to the pompous bit.
Lord Cumberland definitely can relate to that. Yes.
So we talked about a few of the shows already. We talked about the chess match. We talked about stunt show. Are there any other shows that you are a part of?
Yes. The Pirate Stunt Show, 11:30 and 3:30 at the Shipwreck stage. Little shameless plug there. I'm also part of Eight Hands Round Dance Show. I've been in Eight Hands Round all 4 years now. It's one of my favorite things to do there. It's on the chess field at 1:30 and 4. Um, we get together. There's 8 people per little group, and we do dances to music, live music. It's very fun. At the end of each show, the audience can come up and weave the maypole with us. So it's also interactive. I'm also a part of the human combat chess match. Myself and the actor playing the um, captain of the guard, the Queen's captain, are kind of the overseers of the chess match. We are the ones playing chess, and then our combatants are other cast members who come out and fight. That's at 2 o'clock at the chess field. And then I also help out with a new show as of last year called School of Defense. This one is fully interactive for patrons of all ages. It's also on the chess field at 4:30, but you can come out and learn how to fight with weapons in actual historic styles by professionals. It's not me and cast members teaching you. We are helping teach, but it's professionals that are showing you how to use these weapons, which is very, very fun. And like I said, all ages. We've had uh, 4 and 5 year olds out there with 8 foot long pole arms, and we've also had people in their 70s and 80s come out and learn how to use a sword or a saber.
That's that's really cool. My my fair day is busy in a different sense of the word,
Mhm.
compared to what you do. But man, we're like two ships in the
We
night
are.
where we never are at the same place at the same time.
Nope. See each other in the morning for
And
parade, and then at the end of the day sometimes.
well, I don't even do all the parade. I leave to go to
Yeah,
the whiskey tasting halfway through.
true.
But man, I've been meaning to make it to School of Defense. I Because I think it would just be fun to goof around.
Yeah, it's a good time.
But have you been a part of any other shows during your years on cast?
I've helped out with knighting ceremony. Actually, this is the first year I've not done anything with knighting ceremony. So Bathory was always at knighting ceremony. Oh, I'm gonna feel embarrassed when I forget a show. Court dance in the morning with Her Majesty and Eight Hands Round. This is actually the first year I'm not a part of that because I have to run off to get ready for a stunt show. But I believe that is all that I've worked with. I go to pub sing, but I don't usually do verses. I watch and enjoy and talk with patrons and other cast members during that time.
Hmm.
I've gone up for a couple bits here and there, but I tend to just um, kind of be a patron in that regard.
What is the future for Dr. D? Do you think this is like a one and done type thing, or do you plan on doing this for a little bit?
If I have a say, I will be doing this for many years. I'm having a blast. I'm not sure what his overarching plan is in terms of fair itself, but I'm excited to continue with him and cause little spots of havoc in court and dance and anywhere else I can.
So now that we talked about the future and the present, let's rewind it a little bit. I've talked about the audition process from my point of view, but how was your audition process? Since we auditioned the same year, but I don't believe we were there at the same weekend.
I don't think we were. Mine went a little bit better than yours in that I didn't throw up in the parking lot.
That is
So
true.
I was happy about that. Overall, it was fun. I had a great time with it. I remember going around the different stations. We had dance, singing, improv, and like a monologue station. I was super nervous with most of them. Dance, I felt comfortable with, but the improv and monologuing, I've done acting in the past, but doing it in front of people, cold reads are never the most fun thing. So nerves were definitely there. I also did a horrid pirate impression in front of Dave and the rest of my group for the mono or the improv section because I was originally going for pirates, and somehow they still liked me enough to let me in.
I when I did the audition, the only thing that I was like not comfortable with doing, I didn't want to do the solo singing aspect of it. I did all of the group singing, but I was like, please don't make me sing a solo. I am not.
For that part, I actually over prepared. I thought everyone was going to have to sing a solo, so in my mindset, I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to sing. And then we got there, and they said, if you want to sing a solo, in my mind, like I have to. So I volunteered and I sang my solo, and like maybe one other person in my group did. And like I didn't have to do that. I feel bad about doing that now. Here we are. And then I went to dance. Still love singing, love going to Queen's Choice shows, but I think I found my home in Eight Hands Round.
I I didn't really have any like understanding. I was very nervous for the audition. Obviously, the butterflies got the best of me in the parking lot. Uh, but I was like, oh man, I rememorized my go-to audition monologue piece that I had, and I had it prepped and ready to go. And then I was like, oh, I don't have to do that. I don't have to do that. That's great. And geez, you know, I'm kind of glad I didn't have to do it because it would have definitely been me doing a terrible English accent. Like not even like I think what I have now is okay.
For sure.
It gets the job done. It gets the
Better than
job done.
mine.
I'll say that. I'll say it gets the job done. Uh, but it's from Mutiny on the Bounty is my go-to audition monologue piece. When he addresses the court before he's sentenced.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah. Fancy. Yeah, from my performing arts academy days back in high school.
Hmm.
But I was like, oh, we're running around in shorts and t-shirts and just playing games. I don't have to have this monologue prepared. And they said if anybody wanted to do it, but I was nobody else in my group raised their hand, so I was like, well, if nobody else is doing it, I'm not
Just keep this in my pocket for later, maybe.
gonna. What is something that you would say to someone who is thinking about auditioning for Fair?
Yes, if you are willing to make the time commitment, and it is a large time commitment, and have interest, I say do it. Um, it has helped me grow as a performer and as a person um, through just all the stuff we do there. I've made lifelong friends. It's do it. It's amazing.
What do you do when you aren't at Fair?
I work in the exciting field of insurance.
I think that has been the career that people have said the most on here that they sell insurance.
Yeah, it's a 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, so we have our weekends open for fair. So it works perfectly. I I tell people I do my desk job so that I can have fun on the weekends with my hobbies, and as we all say, play dress up with our friends in the woods.
Have you had any interactions like with coworkers, like, oh, I saw you at Fair last week or anything like that?
Oh, we I work with a couple of my coworkers also work at fair,
Oh,
and
okay.
we let people know when the weekends are and where we'll be. And opening weekend, I saw think one person I used to work with at my job, and then this weekend somebody else from my job came. So it's fun to see them and um, get to have my silly little accent with them, and then we talk about it at work when we see each other again.
I just had a conversation with some of my coworkers today, talking about that they're excited and that they are bringing swords that they bought, wooden swords that they bought when they were children,
Oh,
and they're planning what weekend to go out to the fair.
amazing.
Yeah, yeah. So I was like, oh, that'd be cool to. I know since I you live closer to fair than I do.
Hmm.
So it's a little bit more of a drive for people from my area.
Yeah, that's fun.
Uh, in your years on cast, now this could either be with Lord Bathory or Dr. D. What is an interaction with a fellow cast member and or a patron that has stuck with you?
Um, I didn't have a ton of patron interactions with Bathory. I was mainly court fluff. Uh, I tried my best to make the queen look good and funneled people towards her. D, I've already had a number of fun interactions, and last weekend, opening weekend, or I guess 2 weekends ago, throughout the morning and early afternoon, like 4 or 5 cast members came up to me and told me that there was a little wizard, maybe 7 or 8 years old, that was trying to find Dr. D so he could show me a magic trick. And I kept hearing this, and I was looking for him. I heard he was wearing a fedora. He had a pouch that had a dragon on it, so I was keeping my eyes peeled. But as we've mentioned, I'm running around a lot, so it was hard to track me down. But he finally tracked me down at I think right before dance, and he showed me this. He was very serious with his art. He showed me this trick. I applauded some other people around there, and we all applauded them. It was fantastic. One that I would put into Dr. D's own arsenal if I had the resources. Um, I thanked him for his trick. His um, adult was with him, and he thanked me for being there. Then they went on their way. Later in the day, I found him again, and we talked for 15 minutes or so. We talked about all his other magic tricks that he has and that he'll show me the next time he comes. He told me that he would even teach me a magic trick or two that I could use on grounds next time he was there. And it was, it was a little bit cliche. It was magical. That was one of the best interactions I've had with a patron on site, and I hope he had a good time with it because it definitely made my day, and I know I'll not forget it anytime soon.
No, that's great. That's awesome to hear. Uh, just because I know you're a busy guy out there. I'm happy for you that you were able to have like that long of an interaction
Yes,
with somebody who like was you were their reason to go to fair.
yeah,
Like
it
to
felt really
find
good.
and talk to Dr. D.
Yep.
You were their reason. And no, that's great. I'm really happy for you. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
What keeps you coming back to fair year after year?
Oof. So many things. Like I said, I've met amazing friends there. I love coming back and being with them, playing games with them. Um, a lot of them, that's the only time I see them because we're so dispersed throughout the state or tri-state or states, and or we're super busy. There's I don't know, a sense of belonging that I feel there, and I've not felt it to that extent anywhere else or with anything else I've done. It feels so good to be there, and I almost get withdrawals in the off season, which is why I don't stay away for long. I go back into Fight Guild, and if I'm able to, I do Dub Pub in what's that beginning of the year, February, something like that.
Well, Clancy, it's been great having you on. Thanks so much for coming out and telling your story. Do you have anything else that you want to say to anybody listening right now?
Thanks for having me. It's been a pleasure. If you haven't bought tickets yet, do it. We have uh, ticket caps now if we get too crowded, so that people are still able to walk through the festival instead of having to move like an amoeba. So get your tickets early so that when you come, you can get second tickets because you'll want to come back.
That is a good answer. That is a good answer. Definitely, if you are planning on coming out to the fair, definitely get your tickets ahead of time. And for the shows that you want to see, try to get those tickets online
Mm.
because then you will have your guaranteed spot. As somebody who works at the whiskey tasting, it is better if you get your tickets ahead of time.
Yes.
Well, Clancy, thank you so much for coming on and talking about Lord Bathory and Dr. D, of course. And we hope to see everybody else out there. And remember, please like, follow, and subscribe to either Beyond the Gates on Spotify, YouTube, or Apple Podcasts. Uh, and as always, huzzah!
Huzzah!